This is Tyreek Hill, and these are 4 defenders that all have a shot to catch him before he scores. Let's see if they can do it.
Tyreek Hill to the outside. Hill!
And not even 40 yards later, none of them have a chance. And now we watch as Tyreek Hill high steps into the end zone, celebrating his longest touchdown ever up until this point. Hold on, it got called back for a flag. Tyreek Hill has been making fast guys look slow for years, and he's undoubtedly one of the fastest players in the league. But what if he wasn't? Now hold on, I know exactly what you're thinking. Dude is like 5'10". Obviously he would be trash. But when you really think about it, there has to be more to Tyreek Hill's game, because there are other fast players in the league too who Tyreek Hill is obviously better than. Take DK Metcalf, Mecole Hardman, and Jameson Williams, 3 of the fastest receivers in the NFL. Tyreek Hill had more receiving yards last season than all 3 of those guys combined. And those are 3 good receivers. So there has to be something that Tyreek Hill is doing that the rest of these guys just aren't picking up on. So what is he doing that is so different than everybody else in the league? Is it his coaches? Are they just calling the perfect plays? Is it his insane quarterbacks that are able to get him the ball from anywhere on the field? But what if I told you that he's not as fast as you think?
And then, probably the biggest performance of the night is the 20.14, second fastest time a high schooler's ever ran. I mean, you got to be pretty pleased with that. Ever?
Yeah, I'm very pleased with it, just to come out here and then just represent my city.
This is Tyreek Hill directly after running a 20.14 in the 200-meter dash in high school. This puts Tyreek Hill on pace to be in the Olympics at 18 years old. Man, it would have been nuts if we would have seen him run at the Olympics, bro. Like, he actually would have qualified for the 2024 Olympic trials if he would have ran this time today. But mind you, the man hasn't even finished high school yet. Then he got drafted to the NFL and started balling, leaving his track times to be one of the biggest what-ifs in sports history. But on March 11th, 2023, everything changed. After 10 years of waiting, Tyreek Hill finally makes his return to the track. Everybody's watching, but the results honestly might surprise you.
Men's 60 meters. And those block start practices were working pretty well during the week. And look at him take the win here, as we'll await that official time. But welcome back to the track, Tyreek Hill.
6.70. Now he's for sure flying, but who is he even racing against, bro? The guy who came in second place runs at a small D3 in Virginia. And if that's who came in second place, then you guys get the idea. I'm not hitting on D3. I'm not. But for this to be hyped up for 10 years and you to race against some D3 guys? You see, that's all I'm saying. So let's put Tyreek to the test. Instead of some D3 guys, it's the NCAA finals. Let's see if Tyreek can hold his own.
A little hesitation on Cone at the blocks. That's Terrence Jones of Texas Tech. Boy, that's big for the Red Raiders that Jones wins this race. Flash time, 6:40.
You would have came in last by a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Now, 6.7 is still fast, considering he spent the last 10 years of his career trying to get ready for football. If he was trying to get ready for track, he would have been 40 pounds lighter. He wouldn't have had injuries all across his body from football. He would have had the time to perfect his block start and drive phase like all the sprinters be doing. But seeing this really does make you think, what if Tyreek Hill wasn't fast? What elements of his game actually stand out? How would he have to play differently if he didn't have the speed with him? Even if Tyreek Hill wasn't fast, I still 100% believe that he would be one of the best receivers in the league. Why? He would still be one of the best receivers in the league because of these 3 major reasons. But get ready, because this last one might change the way you think about the sport of football. Everybody loves to talk about how fast a receiver is. Whether they're talking about their 40 time, miles per hour, track times. I've never met somebody who doesn't care how fast a receiver is. But speed is only half the battle, and for some reason, nobody's talking about the other half. This might be Tyreek's best part of his game.
Watch the moves by Tyreek Hill against Amik Robertson. I just feel sorry for him. I mean, that's like trying to guard Michael Jordan.
As a receiver, you are only as fast as you can change directions. And Tyreek Hill demonstrates that perfectly on this route. On this route, Tyreek Hill squared up the defender not once, not twice, but 3 times before making his cut. And he made him fall on 2 of them. His misdirection is unmatched. But this route versus the Bills in the playoffs has to be my favorite of all of them. This has to be one of my favorite Tyreek Hill routes this year. It's so simple, the stop route, but it's able to get his team a first down, and he makes it look easy. When in reality, there's a lot more things that go into this than you might expect. So, when Tyreek comes off the line of scrimmage, we see him use these choppy steps because he understands that this defender has to follow him wherever he's going. This is man coverage. So if Tyreek Hill goes outside here, or if he goes inside on like a slant, this defender has to follow him wherever he's going. So Tyreek understands this, and when he takes his step with his right foot, this step right here, this defender shoots to the inside, and that makes it way easier for him to get to the outside and make that release. So now once his release is done, he's able to run further up the field and show off his speed, create that separation. But this is the most important part right here. Look at his eyes. DBs are taught that when the receiver looks back for the football, we're supposed to look too. And Tyreek uses this to his advantage because look, he turns his eyes, and right after the defender turns his, now he knows the defender isn't looking at him, so Tyreek's able to stop his hips and come back to the ball, catching it. The defender fell too, just because he had no clue what Tyreek was doing. So in reality, this is a super complex route, but Tyreek makes it look super simple. From the head turn to the release to the stacking back on top to the catch and knowing where the sticks are, this dude knows how to play football. There's a lot of guys who are fast, but how well can you control your speed? Going into reason number 2, the man just wants the ball. Like seriously, on every play, he is expecting to get targeted. Check out this play versus the Commanders.
Mahomes gets away from it. Flag down. Mahomes across his body. Caught by Hill. First down. Hill with the move along the sideline.
Hold on, run that back. That's crazy. Breaks his ankles, checks to see if he fell, goes out of bounds, and 50 is going nuts. 50 is going nuts. Tyreek Hill is the scramble drill champion. Any moment he gets, he's scrambling. You're up in the game, 4th quarter, the Commanders probably aren't coming back in this one, and yet Tyreek Hill still wants to try and scramble just to try and get another catch. Watch how he uses the same technique when the stakes are a little bit higher in the AFC Championship versus the Bengals. Tyreek stems inside, back outside, back across his body, scrambles all the way across the field until he catches it in the opposite pylon. This play went on for over 8 seconds. For reference, the average NFL play only goes on for 4 seconds. Scramble drill champion. If it wasn't for Tyreek Hill scrambling and him always trying to extend the play, he wouldn't be nearly as electric as he is today. So that's 2 reasons why I think he would still be good if he wasn't fast. But this one will change the way you think about football. But before we get into it, remember to smash that like button if you're liking this video so far. Watch this play versus the Browns.
Most in 50 games, and he's only at 47 games passing yards. He's being chased as he heaves it down the bay, and the man is there. It's Hill, able to get away from John Johnson, and he crosses the goal line for a one-play strike from 75 yards.
Now Tyreek Hill is obviously moving, has the defender beat over the top of the end zone. If the ball could get there, he scores a touchdown. But as Tyreek's running, he realizes that the ball is behind him, is able to slow down and juke the defender moments before catching the ball to get himself open a second time. If you see a ball in the air and it's underthrown, 99% of the receivers are thinking jump ball situation. You're thinking, how can I go up top and beam top somebody? But Tyreek Hill thinks a little bit more creative when he runs his routes. He's able to look for the ball like he's about to catch it and then slip at the last second and leave the defender behind. This goes against most coaching points, I'm telling you, but he can obviously jump up and go for the ball. I mean, look at this catch he had versus the Patriots. Now this ball probably should have been a pick, but Tyreek Hill is able to change a pick into a completion out of being a dog. When you're able to combine the creativity of route running with the mechanics that Tyreek has and the speed that he has too, you get a receiver that is unlike anybody else. It's important to be a good receiver, but you gotta play to your own strengths. Now yes, Tyreek Hill is able to just line up and dust somebody bad over the top if he wants to. So how can you figure out how to play the game of football that you want to play? Play it at your speed, at your pace, under your control, and all of a sudden you have all the power over the defense. Tyreek understands that the defense has to react to him. So sometimes it takes scrambling across the field the wrong way to get the ball. Sometimes it takes just beating a guy bad over top so that way on the next play you can line up like you did on the Bills and snap down and catch the ball for an easy first. When you're able to piece all of these different parts of your game from different places, it makes you that much more dangerous as a receiver. So back to our question, what if Tyreek Hill wasn't fast? Would he still be one of the league's top receivers? I'm convinced he would be. Now, obviously, he's not going to have freak plays where he just lines up and just jets past everybody anymore. But he will be able to lean on these other skills that he's created for himself. It's just crazy how much of his skill gets overshadowed by his speed. People just call him a fast guy. There's so much more that goes into the position of being a receiver that is more than speed. Now, yes, speed is going to help to increase the odds that you're going to get open. But it's what you do with your speed that matters more at the position of receiver. Shout out to the King for getting me this far. It's all glory to the Most High, for real. If you like this video, check out this one I did about Justin Jefferson. I watched every single play of his career to try and figure out how he's so good. This is his name all day, baby. All day. I'm gonna catch y'all.